Hello, welcome back to the shed. Okay, yesterday I put that centre barrier in, as you saw, with the holes and stuff in it. My OCD wife freaked out, went, oh, I don't like that very much, so I've done a bit of a modification. Don't get me wrong, she's not the boss. She likes to think she is, but she's not the boss. But I got her point of view. My holes were all higgledy-piggledy over the place, so yeah, we thought, oh, well, we'll change it out. So we'll change it out for this one here. Remember, she's not the boss. Just don't forget that. So, I've changed it out for a perfectly flat one. The gap at the top is still there for the airflow, and the gap over there is still there for that. So I just took it out because the holes, she was right. Once I put stuff on the back of it, which I'm going to, it'll look like shit because you'll see straight through it and you'll just see partial bits and pieces. So it also meant that I've tidied up that. That's tidied up, and if you can see that, I've done the rails in black now, right there. And over here I've put down a base, a carpeted base for my battery, just there. So that's going to be done, and you can see the back of it there all black as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm taking all of this out so I can start the 12 volt corner system here. I'm going to need access to bolt the battery and stuff, so all of this is coming out today. All that's gone for now, and then I'll be able to put in my bits and pieces and tidy it up and make it nicely work. So there we go. The reason why I put this in the first place wasn't just an exercise in fun. It was actually to get my measurement right here. I could measure everything and do it that way, but that's not the way I roll. I like to just stuff it in there and have a go. So now I'm going to take it all out. That'll be gone in hopefully probably an hour, and then I can start lining up the other stuff. Happy days. So I tried when I put this in, someone was watching me, one of the subscribers were watching me and telling me that there should be things on the side of these drawers to get these drawers out. What I mean by that is you can, on the side here, there's supposed to be something I can push to release the drawers to get them to come out. But there is not on this. Let's just put this back in, put this right up. There's nothing here to release these from pulling out, so I can't pull these out independently. There's nothing to release them. There's only that mechanism there, which is the lock, slide in and out. There's nothing for me to release it to get the bolts out the bottom, which means I've got to take the top off, which means I've got to take the back off, which means I've got to take the separator out. Oh, what a fucking nightmare. Anyway, what I'm going to do, in my normal fashion, I'm going to take the back off, I'm going to take the separator out, I'm going to take the back of this off, I'm cutting a fucking hole in it so I can put my hand in. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think you need to have an access panel, some way of getting in there. And it's just a dick move that there isn't one, so I'm going to cut a hole in it. You watch this space. I'm going to sort this out. Now, when there's a problem, this is how I solve it, right? Sometimes you've got to create a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Now, there's no way I can put this drawer apart, and there's no way I'm going to take the back apart or unscrew it just to get this out if I have to replace the fridge or something like that. So I cut a bloody hole in it. Here we go. Boom. Now I put my hand in the hole and undo bolts. Look, happy days. I'll just go clean that up, and I'll just cut that out. And then I'll put a nice little patch over it. One of those Bunnings air vents. You'll never know the difference. Now that's a solution. I'll probably get slashed to pieces by people, but that's okay. I like to have a permanent solution. Like, it's just so frustrating. But on another, look how bloody thick that drawer is. That's like a 4mm bit of aluminium or something, or 5mm. That's ridiculous. But again, can't complain about quality. Anyway, I'm going to get into taking this out now. I couldn't get to the last two bolts right in the back in there. If you can see in there, one over there and one over there. Now I can. So, solution, happy days. Now, after my hole was cut, literally 2 minutes, the bolts are undone. Like, I know it looks like shit at the moment, but it won't when I put a cover on it, so you won't even tell. I know it looks a bit shit, but that's sometimes you just got to make something really easy for future proofing, because if I'm on the road and this fridge blows up, I don't want to be spending all my time pulling out whatever's on the other side, taking down the backboard, taking down the 30 literal screws that hold this back on to get to these bolts, to try and get this out, to undo the bolts down the side of the fridge that hold the fridge in. So I'll make it easy. Reach in, 2 bolts, or 2 bolts at the front, which I can do from the front, 2 in the middle, which I can do from my hole, drop it out, unscrew, get it out, half an hour, all done. Where it would have been probably, I've got to be an hour and a half the other way, and then putting it back in is the same. So it's a 3-hour turnaround versus maybe an hour. So I call that winning. A couple of minutes after that, it's actually out of the van. Sorry, out of the canopy. Literally saves a shitload of time. I don't know why they don't design these things with future-proofing in mind. You know what I mean? They should be future-proof so that we can have easy access for shit if it goes wrong. We have now. We now have easy access. There's some fridge connections just there. This should be free to walk out now. It is. Get the plastic bits coming out. Another plastic bit. There we go, just like that. Right. Get this fridge out, or the fridge bracket. I'm thinking about carpeting the floor or putting some rubber down at the same time before I put it all back in. The plan was always going to be to take it back out. Original plan anyway. I would rather have not, but you know, it is what it is. And see if we can put some rubber down or just something to take the shock out of the steel or the aluminium. So when you're bouncing around with weight, you've got a little bit of shock absorber between the two bits of metal. I just think it's probably a good idea. What do you reckon? Anyone else done this? Have they done it before? Have you put a bit of rubber between, or a bit of carpet or something to try and break down the impact as things bounce around? Right. There we go. So that's so handy. One little hole in a drawer makes all the difference. You can now see the bolts, the slide rails I put in, or the slide bolts. That'll work pretty well. All the stuff I've got it cleaned up because it's all part of the reset up. We'll keep it all safe. Now, while I do that, before I do that, I'll show you. That's what I put over that side of the battery. So this is a bit of carpet on a bit of ply, so the battery's going to sit right on that. And that's actually screwed into the support bracket for the centre wall. And that's also stuck down with a bit of silicone, so it's pretty well stuck. And it's going to have a 30 kilo battery on it anyway. So my first thing I'm going to be doing next is actually putting the battery in place. So when I go out this weekend, I can jump it around and vibrate it and see how it all goes. It actually looks pretty tidy though. I'm pretty happy with that. Turned out pretty well. So I'll be able to now make up my bracket for this side and get it all done. Give everything a bit of a blowout. Get it nice and clean. Bits of crap. Now I'll grab the battery box and I'll place it there. Not the battery box, the yeah, I'll grab the battery and everything and drop it in there and go have a look, eh? So that's going to be sitting right there. So that's going to go pretty well right there behind the fridge. As you can see, oh, I've got a bit of steel on my foot. Hold on, wearing my non-safety boots. So you can see there, I've got an iTech World one. That's going to sit on the adjust like that, bolt in through the back there into the back wall, and that's going to be solid as all hell. So that's going to hold it all down. That's my plan there. I'll grab the other part and show you the other bit. Oh, that's coming too close, isn't it, boys and girls? So I'm going to have to retrim this. to fit in. I made it too long when I did it originally without having the backing board in place. So, or not. Let's have a think about this. You're going to take 20 mil off it. So 20 or 30 mil off it. So that's okay. And that's going to give me my benchmark for where my screens and stuff go. So I'll take 30 mil off the flat side over there, and I'll drop it back in and see how we go. Let's do that. Alright, so grab a light, Let's grab a light. Alright, so this is where everything's going to go. So obviously you've got your batteries set up there, which will be bolted to that wall nice and solid. So that's going to be good. Over here, we've got our angle, which is going to be carpeted and going to have all of our gauges and things on it. So this is going to have all our gauges, and this is set to the same width as the fridge, which is awesome. So you have your plugs and all that sort of stuff. On here, up in this area, we have our MPPT controllers and our DC-DC charger. Here we'll have our 2000 watt inverter, which will be giving a power socket to that side for a 4-point plug for chargers and things, and also a power socket this way, which I've already got, which will come into the front here. So it'll come with an on and off switch on the panel. And then we'll have obviously our fuses, smart shunt, Victron gear, so it's all Victron MPPT gear, and that will be all on there, and that'll look pretty. So that'll be my next phase of building actually, but you can see where it's going to go. So it's quite a bit of space there. Well, it's not a lot, but it's enough. I'm leaving it on black timber. I'm not going to carpet that. I don't want the risk of heat in carpet, so I'm just going to leave it black, but I will carpet the front of this piece to make it look pretty. So that's how it's all going to be. So this is the start of the actual start. So I'll bolt that battery in there with some nuts and bolts, get that in there, that'll be good. And then operate from my smart shunt up on the wall above the battery. So I will put the smart shunt up here, around the negative, obviously, because everything goes to the negative. Have your negative feed to your buzz bars, and then all your negatives off your bus bar, so you get the accurate information running out of your batteries. So that's going to be cool as. So that won't be for a little while now. So I've actually got to get back out to the building. So today will be my last car day for probably a few days anyway. So hope you enjoyed this one. It's got a bit of entertainment in it. I think a lot better than yesterday's boring as batshit putting carpet on something. But anyway, we've got to do what we've got to do, right? So I'll get this one pulled out, get the battery bolted in, and then lock it all up, and then go out the back and start laying or putting jib up on the wall. So yay for me. Anyway, thanks for watching, team. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate you guys watching. I know it's, it's a long-winded thing, and it's because it's real life. Things take time. It's not the block where we jump on and it's been 2 seconds, we've got a house. So we're just doing it, and again, it's all novice stuff here, learning how to do as we go. So we do appreciate you having a bit of a watch and spending some time with us. So thanks everyone, stay classy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.